Hello everyone, my name is Denise and today I'll be talking about this book, The Drama of the Gifted Child by Alice Miller. It is a very thin book, but it really packs a punch. I would say it punches me every few paragraphs. It just delivers a punch. There's so many punches so I think I'm going to just pause here, although I'm just halfway through, and do one video first. But please look forward to more videos on this book. Okay, I'm just going to read out from this passage from page 23. A father who as a child had often been frightened by the anxiety attacks of his periodically schizophrenic mother and was never given an explanation, enjoyed telling his beloved small daughter gruesome stories. He always laughed at her fears and afterward comforted her with words. But it is only a made-up story. You don't need to be scared. You are here with me. In this way, he could manipulate his child's fear and have the feeling of being strong. His conscious wish was to give the child something valuable of which he himself had been deprived, namely protection, comfort, and explanations. But what he unconsciously handed on was his own childhood fears, the expectation of disaster, and the unanswered question also from his childhood. Why does the person I love frighten me so much? Okay, as a counselor in the counselling room, I often hear of this dating pattern. There's this girl, she's just entering the dating scene, and a man will come and tell her things like, hey, don't go out so late, you might be molested or raped or stalked. You know, you're a very attractive lady. Then she'll be like, whoa, really? All my life, that never happened to me, but thanks for telling me now I'm scared. And am I being too innocent and naive? Maybe I don't know much about this world. I better run things through him so that I can continue to be safe. So, in a way, let me use the Karpman's drama triangle to explain to you. This is developed by Stephen Karpman to talk about games in transaction analysis, but it's also quite useful in this context. So, in his desire to be a rescuer or to be indispensable in the woman's life, he created a monster, a persecutor, which is some random man out there that might hurt her. At the same time, dropping in a built-in praise for her, like she's beautiful and attractive, right? So that he can be the rescuer and she will be the victim. So that's how it always begins. Is the girl will bring in the story to me and she will say, well, that's really nonsense and it's annoying. I don't know why he's making all these made-up monsters. It's just bizarre. Well, that's how it starts, but it usually progresses into a state where she becomes very dependent on that protection because there is, to be honest, a certain pleasure to be taken from being protected. And a lot of women, they like that pleasure of feeling attractive and then protected. And there is some kind of payoff that can be reaped from this game. Okay? So, very soon it will follow that she will become dependent on the suitor or the new boyfriend, and she will doubt her own judgment. She will check everything through him, allow him to send her to work and back home, and to wait downstairs the building for her, for that imaginary persecutor. And this can go on for years. They become locked into an interdependent relationship. So some people might think it's healthy, I don't know. I mean, like you know, it keeps relationships going, this kind of games and stuff. But in my perspective, it's not so, because this lady who's trapped in the victim role becomes disempowered and also becomes dependent on the persecutor. I've seen ladies in their 50s and 60s still thinking that they are very attractive and going to be molested at any moment, and like see how anxious they are. And I go, nope, that's not very healthy. So it's very important to break free of that. Okay, so that is the first thing I gleaned from that passage. And the other thing that I gleaned was the unconscious need to replicate the feelings that we experience in the people around us. So for this man, he experienced confusion, fear, and a bit of a unsettled feeling when he saw his periodically schizophrenic mother having anxiety attacks, right? So he was scared, confused, and all that, and he reproduced that feeling in his daughter. In doing so, he sort of get a mirroring of that feeling. and attesting like, is it normal to feel that way with regard to a parental figure? Well, it's normal. I felt this way and now my daughter's feeling this way. But it's not so good, as in he subconsciously replicates this so-called destructive environment that created his own dysfunction. So that's not good, and a bit of self-awareness will really help that, so that the whole family will be able to break free of this anxiety dramatic triangle thing. Okay, so this is just the first review of this book. Okay, this book is also awesome because it describes narcissism, of which a lot of counselors, maybe myself included, have some narcissistic traits, the traits that ask us to go out and find someone to rescue, someone who will need us and then keep them dependent on us. So I'm reading about that, about grandiosity and narcissism and all that, and it's been quite helpful for me. I'll be doing another review on that, so stay tuned on that review. But okay, if you like this review, kindly press subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much, and God bless.